First and foremost, I'm going to find the Alivast Oracle, and we'll be sprinkling this throughout. What in the world is this? Ads do run. Ah! Well, then enjoy the ad-free experience as well, my warlocks. What the hell happened in the months I've been gone? I haven't been gone a month. I've always been here. Me, Ezio. Ezio Auditore. But let's get this article read through first. We'll be sprinkling the Alivast Oracle throughout. Band of brazen bards blazes ballad. Brings brush with bitter Periton expats. By Heidmar Brodenheimer. Oh, in-game according to the paper. That's a good question. There's no date on this one. It's issue 555, however. Guitar looks epic. Yeah, I might dig into my own personal files and show that off. Because that Art Jack's rendition of Panic's new guitar is perfect. Granted, I worked with him to make it that way, but still.
The pact is sealed. My power is yours.
Well, goddamn, I was slurping some nudes when all of a sudden an anonymous gifter
The pact is sealed. My power is
gifted
yours.
5 tier 1 subs to the community to Darky Arts, Latvian Citizen, Dill375, Frostburn 326,
Is yours.
and Guild Dragon Anonymous. Thank you for sacrificing these people so that they may enjoy their emotes, their unlimited song requests, their ad-free experience, and their pack boon that I'll enjoy at the end of the
Is
stream.
yours.
I'm slurping some nudes, Night of Whispers.
The pact is sealed. My power is yours.
Got a bowl of nudes, slurping some nudes. Alright. Band of brazen bards blazes ballad, brings brush with bitter Periton expats. The musical menagerie often breeds new shows and bands and musicians and performers, the likes of which dazzle and invigorate all manners of sight and sound and song. And even, oh my god,
The pact is
I'm
sealed.
never gonna get through this, am I?
Power is yours.
Edward Blasco!
The pact is sealed.
Thank you for gifting 10 tier 1 subs to the community. To Goku SS400, Zell Megas, Arstein Deimos, Just Leland, Travis A. Carey, Kid Calamity, Daxus, That Stringfellow, Deniville, and Zach D. Weaver. Please enjoy your unlimited song requests, your emotes, the ad-free experience, and your app, which I will roll at the end of the stream.
Yours.
Oh god.
The pact is sealed.
And Bernie Cinders, thank you for selling the pack for 11 months. And Derpy Doogie, thank you for selling the pack for 9 months. For some reason, I can only share my subversary on mobile. Anywoo, made it to level 9. Indeed.
The pact is sealed. My power is yours. The pact is sealed.
I'll never be able to get through this. Alright,
Is
hang on.
yours. The pact is sealed. My power is yours.
I gotta find... There we go. Shit. I'm sorry, but we'll be here for years if I didn't do that. Once again, thank you, Edward Bosco, for gifting 10 tier 1 subs to the community. Bernie Cinders for the 11 months. and Derpy Doogie for the 9 months. And Neo Monkey Man, thank you for selling the...
My power.
Neo Monkey Man, thank you for sealing the pact with Twitch Prime. And also, Turtle of Wall Streams, thank you for sealing the pact with Twitch Prime. Please enjoy your unlimited song requests, your emotes, your ad-free experience, and your pack that will roll at the end of the stream.
With this offering, I will become almighty!
Maxilon, thank you
Thank you.
for offering 10,000 bits to the cult of Distortion. And Derpy Doogie, thank you for gifting 145 bits to the cult of Distortion.
Holy shit, guys, thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Holy shit.
You worship me, mortal. You worship me, mortal.
All right. Let's get let's try to read this article. Oh, you subscribed and then you followed. I see. I'm going to start over from the beginning. The musical menagerie often breeds new shows and bands of musicians, performers the likes of which dazzle and invigorate all manners of sight and sound and song. And even inspires musicians from across the globe to come to Alivast when seemingly nobody else will, or when their price tag is too high for the entertainment district. Such is the case with the controversial group known as the Therader. Where do you find the Warlock list? Here. Whose pyromaniacal antics upon stages, big and small, and whose provocative, often extremely dark lyrics written exclusively in Draconic, make them an intense and sometimes dangerous bit, but wildly fun show. The band, helmed by the bear of a dragonborn, Till Hollenstein, or Till Hollenstein, will be embarking on their first set of winter tours where in the city throughout the entertainment district, with tickets going on sale soon. But even if their propensity for turning up the heat has much of Alivast's youth in a fever pitch, some are noticeably colder on the band with their latest penned piece, simply known as Periton. Speaks to something that their often deeply fantastical lyrics don't. Their relationship to the home they are considered forbidden in. 3 of the 6 members of the band are drow, who left the country quite suddenly as children. The song is pretty vague about what the band really thinks, but the accompanying show, which features a knight in shining armor being burned in effigy. I lost my place. Essentially removes all doubt and has drawn some harsh criticism from communities within the city with a Peritoni expatriate majority. As a member of the Orient clergy in Alivast put it, they have their opinion on what Periton is, and I can respect that, but a lot of good came out of our paladins in the past. Can't we remember them for what they meant rather than for what they are? Feuerrider, like Firebike? In German? I guess so. Their name is Firebike. Even with the controversy, fans don't seem especially bothered by any concerns, as some are just happy to see the band due to their touring schedule, often being locked into whole regions at the time. I saw them last at a show in Tricadia Capital. They had so many fireworks and used real fire magic for the last song. They tore the roof off the place. Seriously, they used so much fire the roof burned away, and I got second-degree burns, one excited elven youth explained when asked. Another fan interviewed still has the burn scar from the lead vocalist's impressive breath weapon. Their comment was omitted due to lascivious language regarding the group's organist. When questioned on whether or not they'd want to see them again, the answer was unanimous. I wouldn't miss them for the world. Full Rider rules! One time at a concert, this dude chopped off my fingers and threw them up on stage. Murderface rolled them up and smoked them. Murderface! I dig it. Oh my god. Oracle's off to a great start today, folks. Let's read from another article on the... Oh no. From the Alivast Oracle. Did you want to read an article, Bosco, or...?
I mean, you can knock this one out.
Okay.
I'll save myself for the ladies.
I'm gonna read this one. I think speculation over attic alteration continues by Calvin Bushborough. The city remains abuzz at the sudden disappearance of one of the attic's chains and its sudden replacement by a similar, smaller floating crystal. While most simply chalk it up to being just another Alivast thing like the eclipse or the giant cube incident, some see the change as a potential threat to their safety or as an economic annoyance. For the uninitiated, one of the chains shackling the floating attic, the gigantic slab of rock hanging overhead the city, suddenly disappeared, replaced by a relatively smaller crystal which floats in its place. Most citizens, veterans of the many weird occurrences that have become accustomed to this land, generally accept the change. Not like the chains are doing anything significant, commented Bilbus Stonebottle, a dwarven guardsman. I mean, the shade they provide on the summer has always been nice, but the thing floats okay on its own. Others question the attic's ability to stay afloat without the change. With one gone and replaced by yet another object hanging above their heads, they worry that their homes or businesses could get flattened by several metric tons of rock. The most outspoken... The most outspoken citizens of the change have turned out to be those in the Alivastian tourism industry, especially souvenir owner Maggie Crimshaw, whose printed postcards and knickknacks now present an outdated version of the city skyline. I had the last of the damn things printed literally the day before the chain got swapped for that floating eyesore. You know how many coins it's going to cost to have 5,000 snow globes made? The old skyline was iconic. Why in God's name would someone change it? The council continues to assure citizens that the change is nothing to be afraid of. It is simply just another Alivastian thing. Also, you can have a little sip of something sweet at the Romance Room. Some of the sweetest wine is squeezed from the grapes with the greenest skin. Whether you prefer the sweet stewed Riesling or the spicy grappa, you'll find it here at the Romance Room. Because I like goblins. Oh no. Bosco, don't look.
I'm not looking.
Okay, good.
All right.
Let's move on. And I believe that's it.
That's it.
Dave, for the
That's
Oracle.
it. We
And
did
you know
it.
how we go out.
We go with the lady. And so if you want to be the lady, I can be the normal people. Cool. Because they didn't get to hear your lady last time.
That's true.
All right. Are you ready?
I am ready.
All right.
Dear lady, I'm a theater director of some renown, hard at work on yet another to-be-revealed production. Problem is, my lead actor is lacking in motivation. In one scene, he is to fall onto his knees in pure distress and let out a great no. Yet, when he goes through the scene, his performances is less, oh, how am I to go on and more? I don't want this. I've tried a few ideas to improve his performance, but none have worked so far, and I'm running out of time. As someone who helps people every day, I'm hoping you may have some suggestion on how to better engage my acteur. Signed, the acteur.
Dear Atior, I love you. I must admit my experience with performing arts is limited. I did play a tree in one spring festival production as a child, but I am not sure it was the best tree because the teacher directing me was during the production kept telling me trees just stand there, they do not hug. Anyways, you could work with your actor to recall a scenario where they have experienced emotions similar to what they need to portray, or seen others experience the rain. Even though they may not be as severe in memory, in acting you can magnify them to the extremes with the memory as a base. Also, demonstrating the tone and timbre of the voice may also help, or just keep yelling faster, more intense, or something until it happens.
Nice. Very nice. Dear lady, I've always wanted to be a paladin. I want to do good in this world. Help people, keep them safe. I've been training and praying for years. But now something happened that makes me doubt myself. I was walking back to the temple when I heard a disturbance. I ran down an alley to find a woman getting mugged by 3 men. I was going to draw my sword, call them out, and save her, but as soon as they turned to look at me, I froze. When one leveled a crossbow at me, I bolted. I found some guards and told them what I saw and just ran. I was a coward. How can I take my oaths when I know deep down I'm just a scum who would let some harm come to an innocent? Signed, avoiding oaths and oaths.
Dear Avoiding Oaths, I love you. Often we have an image of who we want to be that feels disconnected from where we are, and we can't see a way to bridge the two sides. Being a paladin is not simply a job, but a life of devotion to a set of ideals. It often takes years of training to build responses and reactions, so that you can react accordingly and without thought, and suppress fear. You may have run once, but now you know how you will react in a crisis, and can do the work to retrain your brain to overcome that behavior. Or if you feel that confronting injustice with the force of arms is not comfortable, you could focus on confronting it as a part of the system of courts and barristers, or as an advocate for people who need it. Some of the most effective defense of those in need use quills and ink instead of a sword.
Wow, really, really deep stuff.
All right, and now for the last lady to Livrosia. Livrosia, or however you want to say it. I've heard it like 3 different ways. It's like Elysian.
Dear lady, I have been struggling recently with negative moods and cynical behavior. It feels so easy to always dismiss everything and assume that the worst will come to pass. At first, I was thinking I was just being conservative and cautious in the choices I was making. But then I realized that I was not only downplaying the possibility of success of my own plans, but also seeing the actions of others as futile. It really has put me in a sour mood, but I can't seem to help myself. The other day I heard children playing their musical instruments at the school next door, and it really grated on my nerves. I remember a time when I thought that it was cute and endearing when they struggled with their recorders and tubas, but now it seems like so much noise. Signed, Persistent Pessimist.
Dear PP, I love you. Sometimes we can get overwhelmed by cynicism and pessimism, lately I had been feeling very confined emotionally, where usually my emotions are one thing in my life that I have gotten to soar freely. But I felt a change in the air, almost like music. I'm willing to bet that you hadn't heard that sound of the children practicing in a while. Think back to how long it has been since they played. Then you'll realize that things are improving. Those honks and squeaks and bangs you hear are potential and progress. A few days ago, you wouldn't have heard anything. Moving forward is not always orderly. It's often a messy process with fits and starts and getting sidetracked. Allow yourself some errors. Put one foot in front of the other and take a step.
And that is the letters to the Lady of Liverosia.
And that is also the art stream for this week. Thank you all so much for stopping by. And thank you to the writers of the Alivast Oracle. We've got the intelligence check is heavy metal themed this week. Credits go to Alcoholic, Sky on Air, Doc Holiday 45, Scalfar, Froggy's Mom, Paul Suit 47, Cable McDude, and Jim the Rabbit Cow. Thank you all so much for stopping by for the art stream.